So we almost a month removed from Crawford shocking the world with his spectacular performance against Errol Spence. Now the million-dollar question, what can Errol Spence do in the rematch to change the outcome of the fight? The obvious answer is for Errol Spence to get his jab back in order to get his get back at Crawford. When it comes to Errol Spence, everything starts with the jab. Crawford knew that coming into the fight, and like I told you guys, Crawford specializes in beating his opponents at their own game. So if you pay attention to what Crawford did, the first thing he did was take Errol Spence's jab away with his own jab. Now obviously that was step one of many. Crawford also controlled the distance, his footwork was on point, and he took Errol Spence's inside game away. How did he do that? Well, like I said before, Crawford specializes in beating his opponents at their own game. Crawford beat Errol Spence in the inside as well. So this is going to be a tough mountain to climb for Errol Spence. I know after the fight, Errol Spence said, "We gotta run it back." However, I'm pretty sure Errol Spence's business team at the moment in time is against that decision for good reasons. We all know Errol Spence and his team have few days left to activate the rematch clause if that's what they want to do. Nevertheless, I ran across a segment where Errol Spence and Crawford had leading up to their fight. In this segment, Crawford and Errol Spence were rating each other's abilities, and for some reason, Errol Spence was rating Crawford's abilities real low. I didn't know if Errol Spence was being real, if he was underestimating Crawford, or if that was his way of talking trash. Errol said Crawford's defense is 3.5 out of 10, his power is 6, his punch resistance is 4, and his resume is 0.5 out of 10. Not 5, but 0.5 out of 10. Check it out.
3, 4,
6,
Power,
6,
7,
6, 7,
5,
punch resistance,
4,
7,
resume,
0.5.
7.
I never understood why Errol Spence with one breath would say, Crawford hasn't fought anybody, his resume is 0.5 out of 10. Then with the next breath, Errol Spence would say, the fight between me and Crawford is the biggest fight for the past 40 years. I'm like, wait a minute, how the heck can a fight between Errol Spence and a fighter who fought nobody be the biggest fight for the past 40 years? That's not how it works. You can't have it both ways. If you fighting a fighter who fought nobody, then you fighting a nobody. This is not the biggest fight for the past 40 years. If you beat that fighter, then you just beat a nobody. And if you lost to that fighter, then you lost to a nobody. That's what Errol Spence was pretty much saying, knowingly or unknowingly. Nevertheless, it's crazy that Errol Spence was saying that when Crawford had a better resume than him. You can say whatever you want to say, but the biggest two names on Errol Spence's resume, Crawford already beat them in better fashion. Both Shawn Porter and Kell Brook. And I don't want to hear Kell Brook was in the same, because when Errol Spence fought Kell Brook was in a worse position since he had to move down 2 weight divisions to fight Errol Spence, coming off a knockout loss to Triple G where he broke his eye orbital bone. At least when Crawford fought Kell Brook was coming off 3 decent wins, and according to Kell Brook, he was in the best shape of his life. I mean, they even tried to discredit Crawford for the Shawn Porter win when they were claiming he was ducking Shawn Porter. But the crazy part, a lot of people felt that Shawn Porter beat Errol Spence, which I totally disagree with. So how the heck can he be washed up if Shawn Porter gave Errol Spence the toughest fight of his career by far, and immediately after that Shawn Porter came right back and had the most spectacular performance of his career right before he fought Crawford? Therefore, we all know what time it is. Even Derrick James, Errol Spence's trainer, said Crawford ain't fought nobody. However, on All Access, Derrick James admitted Crawford has the best resume in boxing. Therefore, I guess the new way of talking trash is discrediting your opponent. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm missing out on something. One thing for sure and 2 things for certain, Ricky Burns, Gamboa, Beltran, Prescott, Postal, Flex Diaz, Jeff Horn, Benavidez, Amir Khan, Kell Brook, Sean Porter, and Errol Spence are all names on Crawford's resume. That's not up for debate. Nevertheless, now that Errol Spence knows Crawford's true abilities and his hidden secret of being able to turn Super Saiyan, go ahead and let us know in the comment section below what exactly Errol Spence needs to do in the rematch in order to have a better performance, let alone winning. However, boxing is the theater of the unexpected. Remember that. Subscribe below and click on the notification bell to be continued on the next episode of Akhi TV. Peace out. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
July 29th, I can assure you, I can promise you, y'all gonna walk away and y'all gonna say, that kid is special. And y'all gonna mark me as one of the greatest of all time. Right along with the Floyds, the Alis, the Fraziers. And y'all can sit there and say, oh, well, you ain't fought nobody. And my reply to that is, I guess Errol is just another nobody that I fought.